The story of America's first bank explained simply. What if I told you that the most powerful money place in America wasn't created by Americans? Let me tell you this really cool story about money and power. Here's where it begins. A long time ago in England. Imagine it's 1694. That's super long ago, like before your great-great-great-great-grandparents were even born. England had a king named William, and he had a big problem. He was totally broke. The country's piggy bank was empty because of wars and fights. So the king made a deal with some really rich people. He said, "If you lend me money, I'll let you start a special bank." And that's how the Bank of England was born. But here's the weird part. It wasn't the government's bank. It was a private bank owned by rich people. Think of it like this. Imagine if you needed lunch money. So you asked your friend for $5, but your friend says, "Okay, but you have to pay me back $6 tomorrow." That extra dollar, that's called interest. Now imagine your friend gets to decide how much lunch money everyone in school can have. That's kind of what happened. The government was now paying interest to a private bank just to use money. For a really long time, this private bank was owned by rich foreign investors. But after World War II, the British government said, "Hey, this should be our bank," and took it over in 1946. When that happened, a lot of foreign money started moving to America. This was the blueprint, the plan. And it was about to come to America too. The American fight. Fast forward to 1791. America was brand new, only about 10 years old as a country. But America had a problem. The Revolutionary War, the one where we fought to be independent from England, cost a lot of money. The country was in serious debt. Two important guys had very different ideas about what to do. Thomas Jefferson. You might see his face on the $2 bill. You can find one. He was super suspicious of banks. He said, "I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies." He wanted the government to control its own money. No private banks, no foreign control. Alexander Hamilton. His face is on the $10 bill. He wanted to create America's first central bank. He was backed by the same rich foreign investors who created the Bank of England. His plan was make a bank with $10 million. But 80% would be owned by private, rich people, and only 20% by the government. Here's the crazy part. The bank would have 25 bosses. Only 5 would be picked by the government. The other 20 is picked by the rich private owners. And this private bank would lend money to the government and charge interest on it. Sound familiar? It's the same plan as England. Hamilton won the fight. That's why his face is on money we actually use, and Jefferson's is on the rare $2 bill. What went wrong? On February 25, 1791, President George Washington signed the paper that created the first bank of the United States. It was supposed to last for 20 years, but something bad happened during those 20 years. By 1811, foreign investors owned 7 out of every 10 shares of the bank. The Bank of England and other foreign bankers became the biggest owners of America's central bank. Think about that. America fought a war to be free from England. But less than 30 years later, British money people controlled America's bank. And it got worse. In just 5 years, 1791 to 1796, America's debt grew by $8.2 million. That's like if your family owed $100 and then suddenly owed $182. Thomas Jefferson was angry. In 1798, he said, "I deny the power of the general government to make paper money, or anything else a legal tender." Finally, in 1811, Congress said enough. When the bank's 20-year charter ended, they voted to shut it down. The first bank of the United States was dead, but the story wasn't over. Why does this matter today? What happened in 1791 wasn't just about creating a bank. It was about power and control. The big question was, and still is, who gets to create money and who makes profit from it? Here's something most people don't know. The Federal Reserve we have today, the one that controls interest rates and prints money, is actually the third attempt to create a private central bank in America. The first 2 got shut down. But this third one, it never expired. So next time someone talks about the Fed or banks or money, remember, this system was designed on purpose by people who understood one simple thing: whoever controls the money controls everything. The end. Or is it? If you liked learning with us today, don't forget to tap like, hit subscribe, and ring the little bell so you don't miss our next tiny lesson about the big world of money.